right, guys, this is the new way to show women interest without giving them compliments. This is the new way to show a woman that you are interested in her without dropping a single compliment. Guys, my name is Jesse, and if you stick with me to the end here, I promise you, you will never look at compliments in the same way again. Not after this. And I guarantee that 99% of you guys have no clue what I'm about to show you here. You have literally never seen this before. You have never seen this in a YouTube video because I have looked and it's simply not out there. Now, your entire life, you've probably heard this, that the way to a woman's heart is to simply compliment her. That's what your mom told you, right? Just be sweet to her, honey. Tell her she's beautiful. Or your teacher. Girls love compliments, so just say something nice to her. Or maybe you even saw it in the movies and media. Just tell her she's special. Tell her she's different. Well, guess what, guys? All of that advice is wrong, wrong, wrong. Dropping a compliment on the girl is the exact reason why she's losing interest in you. It can be like the kiss of death for attraction. Even if that beautiful woman smiles when you give her the compliment, even if she's like, oh, that was so nice, so sweet of you, there's still this secret reaction happening right underneath the surface that you do not want to have. So in this video, right here, right now, I'm gonna break it all down for you. I'm gonna show you exactly why you never, ever wanna compliment a woman, at least not the way that most guys do, and why compliments can often kill the attraction. And I'm gonna show you exactly what I want you to start doing instead, starting today, and how to use this new method here to trigger her to smile and trigger her to fall in love with you without ever uttering the words, you're so pretty or you're so beautiful. Now, here's how we men think. This is what goes through our mind. Your logical mind as a man tells you, well, if I simply compliment a girl, she's going to want to compliment me back. Kind of makes sense. If I'm sweet and nice to her girl, she's going to want to be sweet and nice to me right back. Makes sense. That's how we men think. But what's the number one thing we crave? When we're talking to a beautiful woman, what is it that we really crave? What would make us really happy besides her getting down on her knees, okay? Well, the number one thing that we want as men are compliments from a beautiful woman. Imagine you're talking to a beautiful woman and she's telling you, you're so handsome. You're exactly my type. I love the way you speak. I love those blue eyes of yours. That's what she's telling you. We as men would be over the moon. We would be so damn happy to get complimented from a beautiful woman. That would make us so happy. So we think that if we want to hear compliments from a woman, that's what she must want to hear as well. If we want to be told that we're handsome and gorgeous, she must really like being told that she's beautiful and she's gorgeous. But the problem is, guys, this kind of thinking is dead wrong. This is exactly what's going to get you into trouble. Because what guys don't realize is that women have a secret reaction when you compliment them. There's something else going on underneath the surface. Right? Because on the surface, she likes it. You give her a compliment, oh, she is gonna take that compliment. She is gonna take it. She likes it. She's gonna give you that big smile. She's gonna tell you very politely, oh, you're such a nice guy. That's so sweet to give me the compliment and tell me that I'm so beautiful. But underneath the surface, something else very different, guys, is going on. Underneath the surface, she is feeling something very different because when you compliment her, you are sending that woman a subconscious signal. And the subconscious signal you're sending her is that I feel like I'm lower value than you. So to make you like me, I have to kiss your ass, girl. I have to give you these compliments to make you like me. And it screams to the woman low sexual marketplace value. That you see the woman is up here because you're complimenting her and you're down here, and the only way to make up this difference in value is to kiss her ass. and make her like you through a compliment. So you gotta understand what's going through the woman's head when you give her that compliment, like you're so gorgeous, you're beautiful. What is she thinking? Well, she's thinking, this guy is treating me like I am a celebrity, and he's acting like a fan. He's acting like a fanboy wanting my autograph, okay? She thinks she's a celebrity and you're the fan. And this is the harsh truth, guys. This is what you've got to understand. Women do not sleep with their fans. Beautiful women do not date their fans. They are not attracted to their fans. What you have to understand, gentlemen, is women only sleep with men that they perceive are equal to them or higher value to them. They do not sleep with guys or date guys they perceive as lower value to them. And when you give her a compliment, she perceives you as being lower value. So while she's smiling, she'll give you that big smile. Again, like I said, she's gonna take the compliment. Of course she's gonna take it. She's smiling on the outside. Internally, she's categorizing you as a fanboy, as a nice guy that she will never sleep with in a million years. Now you gotta understand this, gentlemen. If you were to hop into a time machine and go 25 years into the past, compliments actually worked. They actually worked. Like if you went back to 2002, 2003, 2004, man, compliments worked even on very beautiful women, even cheesy over-the-top compliments. Like it was not uncommon for me to go to the bookstore. I've been doing this a long time, guys. I go to the bookstore and I tell a very beautiful woman, you know, you've got the most beautiful smile that I've seen all year long. And even though she was in her 20s and gorgeous, her face would light up. Her face would light up like a Christmas tree. Why? Because back then, 25 years ago, compliments were very rare for a woman to get, especially if she was a beautiful woman. Because women didn't have these phones in their pocket. Nowadays, a woman could be completely average looking, but be in her 20s, post a couple photos of her hands and feet to a dating app, not even show her face, and she's getting hit up by men left, right, and center. So she's getting so much attention on her phone that these compliments don't mean anything to her anymore. But back then they did. And because back then, you know, just like today, guys really didn't have the balls to go up to a beautiful woman and give her a compliment. All right? So for a very beautiful woman, it was very easy to stand out by giving her a cheesy over-the-top compliment because it was very rare, especially for a beautiful woman, to hear a cheesy over-the-top compliment. So back then it was kind of like playing the game on easy mode. Now, of course, guys, that world is like long gone. That world is not around anymore. Because back then, the girl didn't have a phone in her pocket. She didn't have Instagram. She didn't have any dating apps. She didn't have any direct messages to be checking 20 times a day of guys hitting her up. She wasn't getting validation and attention and compliments literally 24/7 because the typical cute girl now, she's already gotten 12 compliments before breakfast. She didn't have a flood of simps inundating her with attention 24/7. She didn't have that. She didn't have celebrities and handsome dudes and athletes trying to sneak into her DMs in order to sleep with her, okay? But the result is, nowadays, when you compliment her, what happens? When you're competing with all this other stuff. That compliment, now you just remind her of being another simp on her phone. So when you give her that compliment, subconsciously she's thinking, hey, this reminds me of something. This compliment kind of reminds me of all this attention I've got every single day. And before breakfast, 12 more compliments. He kind of reminds me of a simp on my phone. He reminds me of another orbiter, and all the attraction just shrivels up just like that. You're done, guys. So guys are basically using methods, compliments, which was good game, back in the 1960s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, even into the 2000s. Before all of this, it was good game, but they're using these old tactics now in 2025, and it's just not working. It's backfiring. Now, before I show you the brand new strategy, what I want you to start doing that's gonna replace compliments is the better way to show interest in the girl. Guys, if you're in your 30s or your 40s or your 50s and you've been quietly hoping for that younger, sexy girlfriend to just somehow show up in your life, we gotta stop messing around, guys. It is time to get some help here. I run a 3-month coaching program right here at AttractionZilla.com, and I've seen what this does, guys, and I really do believe that this is a once-in-a-generation kind of a thing. And I know that might sound a little bit arrogant, a little bit cocky, but here's the truth. When you believe in something this much, you have to tell other people. So I'm telling you, men come into my program with a history of 0 results, and I get them out there meeting women every single week, meeting real women, getting to real conversations, going on real dates. And yes, finally getting the type of women they actually want. Not just settling here, not just chasing after girls, but choosing the women he wants. And listen, gentlemen, I don't take on a new guy unless I believe I can at least 10x his results. And that means 10x his confidence, 10x his charisma, and 10x the number of dates he goes on. And if you're ready, and I know you are, gentlemen, go right here to AttractionZilla.com or click on the link in the description below. Fill out the short application you see there on the next page, and you and I will talk on the phone, and we'll see if the program is right for you. So the next obvious question comes up, guys. Jesse, when do I compliment the girl then? Or what do I do instead? What do we use instead of compliments? Because as we all know, compliments are overplayed. Compliments are stale. Compliments can blow up in your face, especially with very beautiful women. So what do we do instead? Well, here's the new strategy, guys. Do not compliment the girl. What you're gonna do instead is you are going to qualify the girl. I'm gonna say that again. You do not compliment the girl, but instead you qualify the girl. So what is qualifying the girl? What does that mean? Well, qualifying girl is like a compliment in many ways, but it's more based on a trait or quality that is not about her looks. When you qualify the girl, it's kind of like a compliment, but more based on something you notice after a while. That's based on a trait or personality characteristic where the girl feels like she had to earn that compliment from you. Where what you say to her makes her feel unique, it makes her feel special and different from all the other women out there, and it makes her feel like she was chosen. Like you chose her. So let's break this down with a couple of examples of how you might qualify the girl instead of complimenting the girl about her superficial looks. So let's say you're talking to this stunning, beautiful woman, okay? And you notice something after a couple of minutes about her energy. That she's lively, that she's bubbly, that she's got this great energy, okay? Instead of telling her, oh, you're so pretty, you're so beautiful and gorgeous, which would just be a compliment about her looks and get you categorized as just another simp. Instead, you're gonna lean in, you're gonna tell that woman, you know what, Sarah? There's something I really like about you. You have got this fantastic energy, and it's actually really unique. And boom, right there. You just complimented her about something that's more than skin deep. Something that you would only notice about her after you got to know her a little bit. That is qualifying the girl. Or maybe, or just maybe, as you're chatting to that beautiful woman, you realize something. That she's actually kind of intelligent. She's sharp. She's smart. So instead of just saying, you're gorgeous, you might tell her, you know what, Sarah? As I'm talking to you, I'm realizing something. That you're not just another pretty face here. You're actually pretty intelligent. I like it. Or maybe as you're talking to that beautiful bombshell, you realize she's actually kind of quirky. You know, she's a little bit weird, but kind of in this adorable kind of way. So you smile and you tell her, you know what, Sarah, I'm kind of noticing you're a little bit quirky here. But look, I kind of like it. I find it really refreshing. As another example, I was talking to this girl at a bar not too long ago, just the other week, and she was a very beautiful woman. She clearly got a lot of attention on her phone. So instead of just telling her what she's heard 1,000 times by 1,000 simps, telling her she's beautiful or look good or whatever it was, instead I told her, you know, as I'm talking to you, I notice you've got this very calm confidence about you, like you're very centered, like you're very grounded. That's very rare to find. And when I said that, guys, she lit up. Her whole vibe shifted because she felt chosen by me. She felt unique. She felt special. And that wasn't just an empty compliment about her looks. She had to earn it through her behavior. Now, when you qualify the girl, in a way, it's kind of like a compliment, but it's on something deeper, where it's not just about her looks, guys. When you qualify a woman, you're telling her now why she's qualified to be hanging out with you, why she's qualified to spend more time with you, why she's earned or been chosen by you to receive a deeper compliment about a trait she has or a deeper quality or her personality, where now you are the selector and you are the decider. And especially for an extremely stunning, beautiful woman who is constantly getting validated by an ocean of simps on her phone all day long, when she gets qualified by a man, it hits her hard. It's very powerful because it's so rare. She's not used to it because it's not something she's used to getting. She's only used to getting simps kissing her ass all day long, morning, noon, and night. That's what she's used to getting. But you're not putting her on a pedestal like every other guy there in her DMs. And that's why it works like magic when you do this right. Okay, so now let's talk about one more difference between qualifying the girl and complimenting the girl. And that difference is when. When do you do it? Now with a compliment, because it's about her superficial looks, you can compliment her right away, right off the bat. Even right on the opener. And sometimes it's even necessary to open the girl with a compliment. But this is the difference. With qualifying, you don't say these right away. When you qualify the girl, it's gonna be after a minute or 2 or 3 or 4 of talking to the girl and noticing something special and unique about her, which is maybe her energy or her quirkiness, or you realize she's intelligent and smart, or maybe it's just the way her nose scrunches up when she smiles. It could really be about anything that's deeper than her superficial looks. And then you're gonna tell her, hey, Sarah, to be honest, the more I talk to you, the more I realize that I like X, Y, and Z about you, okay? So it takes a little bit of time to notice what X, Y, and Z is, what you like about her. So you can't just qualify a girl right off the bat. You have to start to notice in a conversation what it is you like about her, what it is you appreciate about her. Now listen, gentlemen, I don't want you to get the wrong idea about compliments here, okay? Compliments, even bold, cheesy ones that are superficial about her looks, they still have their time and place. It's not that you can never compliment a woman. That's not the case, guys. Compliments can still be very powerful if used judiciously in the right moment, okay? There are specific times and places when a compliment, even a cheesy, bold compliment about her looks, can still amplify the attraction between yourself and the girl and escalate things forward. In fact, I can think of five different specific situations where you would want to compliment a woman, give her a compliment about her looks. But guys, again, you gotta know when to do it. These are specific situations and you gotta know how to do it properly. And that's something I walk my guys through in the program right here at AttractionZilla.com. So no, it's not true that you never ever compliment a woman, okay? It's not a hard rule, but you need to do it right and do it at the right time. Otherwise, qualification qualifying the girl is the new way of showing interest. Now, since you've enjoyed this video so much, you want to watch this one next, guys. How to turn on a female friend that you got a crush on in 3 minutes flat. Here's some simple techniques to talk to that girl that you're crushing on. She's a female friend of yours, but maybe she's put you into the friend zone. And now you want to get out of the friend zone. You want to do something a little bit more with her. Get a little naughty with her. Kiss her. Take her on a date. Get her into bed, maybe even turn her into your girlfriend. This is how you do it, guys, so go watch that video right now.